We are now joined by Auburn head coach Butch Thompson, center fielder Cade Ballou, and first baseman Ethan Bingaman. So we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, followed by questions for the student athletes, and then finish with questions for Coach Thompson.
Yeah, I just think we our kind of our phrase is we got to. We don't have a choice. We got to keep fighting and find a way here through this regional. And NC State's the first thing on my mind with Elliott Avent, getting to spend some time with him and respect even our players. Their boys had a look in their eye today that they wanted to absolutely keep playing. Elimination game is always this way. And I'd like to go out like that if we're not able to go to and keep fighting and do this stuff here. I want to go out like that. That's how you're supposed to go out. So kind of a role reversal. You know, the first 8 balls put in play against us yesterday, those guys reached base, and that's just some unexplainable stuff in baseball sometimes today. And then it's kind of crazy that the next day today, 11 of our first at-bats were productive. I think Rembert grounded out there in the first inning, but we batted around. And even our 2 outs, I think Bub and somebody else had either moved a runner or scored a run. Just a great mindset today. And we got to keep playing offense. I think you can tell with Plainsman Park here being May, the humidity. We only struck them out 3 times. It was incredible to me. And I thought Alvarez was a fighter today. Just absolutely fought. And then we were able to get the game short enough. Our offense did enough to I wanted Jackson to be able to finish the game, so we kind of held, but then felt like we needed him in the ball game. Again, respect back to NC State.
Questions for the student athletes?
Okay, what's that moment feel like for you? It's been a struggle for you this season, but to find some swings like that, and you've been swinging it well lately. But how good did that feel today?
Yeah, it felt unbelievable. Like you said, it's been a rough year, but kind of put that in the past and just taking a day at a time and a game at a time, and trying to win for Auburn, not for me, but for Auburn. And that's kind of the most important thing right now is to go out there every day and just don't think about the past and just think about what's next.
Ethan, what does it say about you guys, this team, the way you were able to fight back today and score a bunch of runs and just win a big elimination game?
Yeah, it's just everyone worked together, go out there and put great swings on the ball and just get to the next guy, and picked up our defense in the second half of the game. So, yeah, it was good.
For Cade, that catch you made at the wall in center field, I guess what did you see on that play, and, you know, from the ball coming off the bat to for you jumping and making the catch?
Yeah, the right fielder kind of gave me crap on it, said that it wouldn't have gone over, but maybe he was right, maybe he was wrong, but I got a pretty good jump on it. Saw it good, and was kind of surprised that Sanders let a ball go that far all year, kind of playing behind him. You don't really see many balls like that against him, so I was kind of shocked at first, and then put a good jump on it, and made the catch. I wouldn't say routine, but it wasn't anything like too hard to do.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Ethan, just your first taste of elimination baseball now in the postseason. How different did that feel out there today?
It's way more stressful, but I think our team thrives in those moments, and it's a great spot to be in. Having to compete and the other team competing well too, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, Butch said it, but you guys got to keep swinging the bats. Does that put pressure on you, or are you pretty excited about being able to go out there and do that some more?
Yeah, obviously 17 runs. Hopefully we can keep the same momentum tomorrow. But like you said, like the pitching staff has been unbelievable for us all year, and when kind of things go wrong, we have to pick them up. And that's baseball. You're in the locker room with those guys all year, and you compete with them in the fall, and you just try to pick them up when things go wrong. But those guys have been nails for us all year, and seeing things go wrong is kind of not really normal, but I think we have full trust in those guys to compete tomorrow and moving forward. But we got to keep the bats hot, and it's kind of been this whole regional. Swinging it is the secret weapon right now. So pitching hasn't been what it's been all year, but we believe in those guys, and believe that they'll come out there tomorrow and do their jobs.
All right, we'll let the student athletes go, and we'll have questions for Coach Thompson.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Hey, Butch. Just to see your lineup, continue to trade blows down the stretch, going up 10, and then having that lead shrink a little, but eventually take it all the way back up to 10. Just to see the fight from that lineup today.
Yeah, it's incredible. And, you talk about got to. These guys have so much experience to draw upon right here, and it is. And this is our last chapter of the season. We got to, or we don't get to go anymore. SEC tournament for us. If we don't win, we're still playing. So you can do the got to all you want to, but this is our first time to experience that. You had an amazing season, and we've dropped a game one of a SEC series and then come back and won series. This is the first time that it's real, and I think it's good because we got a bunch of young guys, and we've looked young a couple of times, and I think Cade was trying to answer that the best he could. We're a little surprised by the pitching, but I think the setup's got something to do with it. Alvarez competed like a lion today, but we didn't make a couple uncharacteristic plays. But, we're at 7 runs and still running him back out for his best 2 outings of the deal. This is almost a different coaching strategy than whatever we've seen this entire year. So, I don't know. I want to get back in here and not talk about the preparation because tomorrow's a long day. But, is there anything we can do when, we just didn't get to the floor enough? The breaking balls and the things that we've been doing just are not clicking as much. And is that because the guys have pitched good all year and we're feeling seeing fatigue for one weekend with these guys? Or is there something we can do? Is there something we can be proactive with to make a difference and help Petrovic tomorrow, for thinking about him and getting him ready? Can we learn anything from these 2 days to keep trying to get back to ourselves and pitch it a little bit better? But hey, whoever wins it understands got to and is going to keep swinging the bats with this setup. So we got to shift gears and go with where we're at in this stage of the season and be a good enough ball club to be well-rounded and be able to handle it.
But this Cade continued to kind of battle and fight and got his opportunity again and is delivering for you guys.
Winning human, if he shuts it down and ever stops, that boy has been through more than any player in almost 3 years in my career. So he's been through everything, and he's had some huge moments. And I think he's in a great place. He's in the best place he's been this year, and he's a difference maker. And I'm so excited. Him getting 4 RBIs today and playing defense and doing some things. I think everybody in the program's happy because he shows up every day and keeps working, and that's how life works, and that's how this game works. It'll circle back around and call your name again, and those that are ready can take full advantage, and he's always ready.
Butch, I know you got Petro tomorrow. How's the bullpen looking for tomorrow as far as guys that might be available?
Well, it was like I said, game one, that was my positive, that we chopped it up and you feel like everybody can come back if we can stay in the tournament long enough. That's a positive. I did. I thought the 2 big moments where we really let them back in the ball game, but I'm coaching to win a regional. I want the guys to be present. So, I got to stand here and take every bullet if we don't pull this thing out. And in doing so, then I feel like I got to take whatever prudent risk is out there to try to win it. And so up 10, I tried to do everything in my power to not bring Jackson Sanders in that ball game. And ultimately I did. And ultimately it's because of my respect for that team that I saw on the other side, the way they're just dug in and was there to compete. And with this setup of this field and with how many Auburn people showed up after we lose game 1 of a regional and how crazy these people are to be behind this team. So that changed a little bit. I think we're about where we would be in 2 games, and I thought there was a part of the time today where I was just hold to try to even strengthen us more, but he'll come back. I think he threw 40 pitches or so, Jackson will fight for the ball. We've been rehearsing it. We haven't done it, and he's been good to go the next day or the next 2 days. So hopefully by not doing it and practicing it and expecting it, that's going to happen. Because I think if you get the game down to 3 outs or something, you got to feel like, you're going to bring Jackson back out there today. You got to feel like Frelick's got to do whatever he can do today, and all these guys that are playing on the field, they got to do whatever with their bodies between now and 2 o'clock. That's going to be as important as anything to get their bodies ready for a long day. We didn't get to leave the base yesterday. We got to make a move today, and tomorrow we got to take 2 steps. And if we can just get back to where we can see that summit, that's what I'm trying to sell to these guys. If they can just move it twice, if we can redistribute ammo, figure out who can pitch and stuff tonight, and then pack it up, and we move to a new place we stay tonight, but we're going to have to pick it up and move, and hopefully pick it up and move again. But if we can get there and see it, I think you're going to see some arms and some players and a finish line and some guys absolutely, just like Jackson did today in the ninth when you start seeing 94 pop up there. But we've got a huge day. Our whole season's tomorrow, and it's going to be asking a lot of all of our players. And, you got like a Hetzler that is a guy that I think about as primary number one. He would move into a longer deal like he did in the SEC tournament. Jackson maybe could go shorter, but I got to go back over here and visit with these guys, and that's why we got to keep playing offense. And is there anything we can do with the humidity or stuff to get our pitches set a little bit more that we could pass on to guys that are going to do some big work tomorrow? And then, man, if we can find a way tomorrow, then we'll see how the dust settles, and it'll be a quick turnaround to even see who could compete tomorrow night. But those are the thoughts that are in my head as we march toward tomorrow.
Coach, you mentioned NC State. Why was it important for you to have your team sit there or stay and shake Elliott's hand as they came off the field? And, what's just been like, battling him throughout your career?
Yeah. We went to their regional in 18. They were here last year. Everybody where I sit respects him as he's an elder for me, and seeing him around and a winner, players love him. You hear like Carlos Rondon as a big leaguer, Trey Turner. You think about some of those players and what they think of him. Knowing a couple of those assistants, Scott Foxhall on our staff was a pitching coach for him on one of the World Series teams. Everything I've heard and everything I've seen, just absolute respect. So we can tip our hat. That's still a great part of baseball that we should never lose. And I think I've won 12 games, and he's won about 1,300. So in our deal, when you see that and it's the end of the line, by choice, that was our opportunity in our way to say we respect you. And hopefully we'd been man enough to do that, and winning or losing, that we'd been able to respect him the best we could today.
Well, you talked about K, but could you also speak on Ethan Bingaman, 2 more home runs for the freshman, and then Chase Frelick, career-high 6 RBI?
Yeah. That first inning, we got punched big time yesterday. Chase's swing got us underway to punch back and punch early today. We've got to work through. If we want any pitching advantage, people keep talking about we might have a pitching advantage. That has not shown up the first 2 days, to be honest with you. Still would like for it to. But I think if you're going to ever grab and find a hold of a pitching advantage, it would probably be to shorten theirs. Because if one of these teams, whoever we play in the morning or tomorrow afternoon, if they get a guy to run out and go 6 innings or something like that, that neutralizes the advantage, in my opinion. And this is simple math, and this is tough. We got to get some things probably go our way to win 3 games, but I'm not going to have a losing mindset on this deal. And I'm going to do everything we can to talk tonight. Can we create the pitching advantage and have that, take place? And we've got to get to the pen quick. I mean, tall orders to keep scoring and keep going. But I think whoever wins this is going to do that. Whoever winds up one of these 3 teams that are left, whoever does the best job of all those things are going to be in a pretty good spot.
Butch, you got about 100 pitches out of Dre. Had some things kind of not go his way, but what do you kind of see from him today?
I thought he stood up winning at the end. I thought the last 2 innings were tremendous. I think he finally started texturing, take the sting out of the swing, got a couple of pop-ups, and he kept wanting innings. We've been practicing that with him all year. I remember just 3 or 4 weeks ago at Mississippi State, they hit a home run late. We wind up getting him out of there, but we've been squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and we've kind of created a pretty good competitive spirit with him, and he just absolutely continued to want the ball. He didn't want to come out when he came out, but, I mean, I'm not overly looking at pitch count the way maybe we do maybe earlier in the year, but Nixon would just look like he saw everything today, and a foul home run and then another even closer foul home run, and I didn't like that. I like when we bring him in with 2 strikes. That should be a tougher at bat, and he absolutely zotted that one. And then I think we did another in between at bats, but I think that was more of a health thing or a blister thing there that I just didn't feel good anymore. But yeah, I felt great about Dre, and I thought I squeezed all I could out of it, and I was just trying to see if I could just be ahead of them, taking that big swing, and Nixon concerned me enough to make a move there with 2 strikes. But they concerned me all day. I've been very concerned as trying to make decisions with our pitching staff for these 2 days with the way both teams have swung the bats against us.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.